Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Nancy and I have a release of the new Dash designs for Halloween. I am so excited about this book. I cannot wait to start this project. I actually am going to start today. I'm going to add a process video at the end of this video. But right now, let me walk you through a little bit of some things that stayed the same, some changes, and a close-up look at the covers. So we have the words. I love words. So this is going to be a staple for Dash. And I love this one. I love the ghost. I love the Halloween stories. And I love the classic candy cane type of colors. The second one is just really clean and simple, black and white icons. I love the little Ouija board. There's a little saying here that says creepy shadows, black cats, howling winds, flying bats, ghosts, and ghouls. Just everything that I could think of that had to do with Halloween. Now, this one was super popular. I probably released these notebooks 2 weeks ago, and this one sold out and came back. So there are a limited number of copies of this one. If this is one that you really have your heart set on, I would buy it sooner rather than later. I don't want anyone to be disappointed. I don't like FOMO either, that sort of fear of missing out. I don't like creating that kind of thing, but I will always let you know if something is low on stock. This is actually the one that I'm going to do. So this is 31 stories. There are still enough layouts or pages in here to do 50 layouts, right? So there are not 31 layouts in here. There are actually 50. But I'm going to count on that. Some are going to be double page spreads. Now, my stories, you could do this on a day-to-day basis, right? From October 1st to the 31st, and every day you do one page. And that's great. I love folks who can keep up with that chronological order type of projects. I think it's so cool. I'm not one of those people. I never have been. Uh, who knows? Maybe one day I will give it a try, but I'm not going to try it with this project. I'm just going to tell 31 stories in general. Some are going to be from the past, some are going to be from today, and everything in the middle. From the past 19 years since I had my son. I wish I had pictures. If I can find pictures of myself from Halloween, from when I was a kid, I might throw those in there too. But my mom just wasn't a big Halloween picture taker, so I don't even know if any exist. So, okay, so let's move on and look at the insides because there have been some changes. Let me just move this one over carefully next to my coffee here. I added a calendar at the beginning, totally undated, because like I said, I'm not going to use it as a day-to-day for October of 2024 type of documentation project for me, but I know other people will. So I think this is super cool. You can add tiny pictures, numbers, stamps. I'm going to do a whole bunch of different things here. This page, I'm really looking forward to doing this page. On the opposite side, you're going to see grid. It's the only grid that exists in the entire notebook. I've gotten a lot of feedback and folks really prefer the boxes to the grid paper. You can get grid paper anywhere, I get that. So I didn't do grid this time. I may bring it back in later versions, but for this one, this is the only grid that exists. But I did add pages that are white with gray boxes this time. So this was also requested. So all of the dashes in the past have been this pale gray with white boxes that you fill in. And it's great for people who stamp. But what I'm finding is more and more people who are not big stampers are using the Dash notebook, and they're not as concerned or they don't need these white boxes as much as my stampers do. What they want is a guideline or a boxes where they can put their photos and everything fits perfectly. And so I decided to mix them up in this book. So the first page, you're going to see gray with the white background. I'm going to do a process video. Like I said, I'm going to use this very first page on mine as kind of an intro. And I'll flip you through a few of these pages. You can see they live side by side as well. The white background with the gray boxes here, and then the flip side on the left. and you're going to see old from -1 and -2 designs. There are a lot of designs in here, a lot, a lot, a lot. You will not get bored, I promise. All of the white pages are new. So all of these white pages that are back to back like this one, which reminds me of bricks almost. I'm gonna have a lot of fun with this one because this is a really good grid. Um, Filling in these boxes, I love that. So easy to do. This is a brand new design. This one is from -2. I'm like recognizing them all. This is a new one. This is a perfect place for stamp titles, but also alphabet stickers. The same for my stampers and my non-stampers. And this one is from -2. So you'll recognize a lot of these. This is a throwback to version 1. And then here we have two whites side by side. And this is what I'm talking about, the double page spreads. There are some Halloweens, and I know definitely from when my son was younger, that I haven't done, that I have a lot of pictures of, and I could definitely use double page spread. So I made sure to add a few of those. So I will page through these quickly. I don't want to bore you. I think that on my Etsy listing at Dash Paper Shop, you can see a little bit more. I kind of flipped through this really quickly, but you can see that there are lots and lots and lots and lots of different designs. All right, so this is my 31 stories, and the words, I love the words. And just so you know, the words are back in the shop. I have them both in white and black, depending on whether you like a light or dark background. I'll show you a couple more releases, and I actually have a little sneak of Christmas too. These two are the new releases for the season. So a little bit of a botanical heathered look and darker, deeper tones. I love how this one turned out. And then, let me see, can I find the Christmas ones? Hold on, I will give you a sneak peek. I just got the proofs in today. But words, trees. There might be a third one, but I'm not sure yet. These are definites. I love both of these. I love this little twinkle. And I'll go through these in a different video when I release them. I'm still waiting for them to come in from the printer. Like I said, these are my proofs. All right, that is what's new at Dash. Stay tuned and let's do a process on making one of these Halloween pages. Let's get started with my title page. This is just going to be a mix of some of my favorite photos. Now, to center my title, I'm going to measure this box. It's 3 inches wide, so I made a mark at 1.5 inches, so I know the exact center point. I'm going to use this alphabet stamp. This was put out last year by Studio Calico. It was designed by Goldenwood. I love it. I love that she mixed this bold, chunky alphabet and these icons. I'm going to use the ghost icon as my letter A. So the title is Halloween, and I love that I can use this little figure because it's sort of like the shape of a letter A, and I thought it went perfectly with the opening page and the feel that I'm going for. Now, getting that down right in the center is going to make aligning the H, the L, and all the other alphabet letters after it so much easier. Here I used the pumpkin instead of the O, and then added a nice bright punch of orange ink. And that completes the title. And now, is it perfect? No, definitely not. It's really hard to get stamped letters perfectly aligned. At the bottom, I had a little bit of space, and I added a nice subtitle with a stamp set called Boo from Kerri Bradford. She's one of my favorite stamp designers. Now let's take another look at these spots after the L and the N. They need a little something there just to even it up. I found this hanging spider, which ended up being perfect for filling up this space and evening out the title. I missed the mark a little bit, so I use micron pigment markers all the time to mix stamping mistakes. Up at the top, a little cluster of stars and moon. I used that same stamp set right after the L. I felt like the title could use a little something more. I just wiped off the ink off of the moon just so I can get those three little stars in. All right, now we're going to move on to the most important aspect, right? Other than having fun while making the photos. So these are a mix. I like to mix people photos. So up at the right, my husband and I, and my nephew and my son, and then detail shots like that pumpkin, that jack-o'-lantern that was carved so beautifully. And I love that eclectic mix of photos. Now, on the bottom right-hand corner, I'm going to have some fun. I'm going to create a little bit of a cluster. So I started out with a little black die cut, and now I'm going to tuck a different shape behind it. Different shapes, varying those shapes is really important, just to keep your design fun and to keep it from looking a little too square or a little too grid-like, if that makes sense. Those mugs are from Pipsticks, I think. I love those things. I bought them last year and I am determined to use them up this year. I'm adding two more dimensional, kind of dimensional, flat vellum ghosts that I had from last year as well, with some sticky thumb adhesive so you can't see it. Next, let's move on to some alternatives for these stamps in case you can't find them. And or you don't want to spend $28 on a very specific Halloween stamp set. You don't need to do that. As much as I'd like to be a really great influencer and influence you to buy more, I really don't want to do that. So if you have black thickers or black alphabet stickers, it is so easy to create this look. All you need to do is find around a 1-inch tall alphabet sticker and you're good to go. Here's a great alternative for the pumpkin. Again, these are stickers that I've had in my stash, and you can really see how easy it is to just shop your own stash and create this exact same look. Even if you're using stamps, consider using puffy or dimensional items. I found this puffy ghost, and looking at the video, I kind of like it better than using the stamp, but it's too late now. Also, some stars and different things. Don't forget to look at what you already have before you add more and more and more to your stash. All right, that's it. That's all I've got. This is the Dash Halloween edition. I am so looking forward to doing this project with you. Look for more videos here on YouTube and on my Instagram account.